You are now listening to Serious Minds RNTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, so we can notify you when's the next time we vibe on Serious Minds. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously.
All right, peace. Once again, it's Professor Griff. Y'all already know that. And we're right here tonight on Serious Minds Are in TV. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Right here at www.youtube.com/the letter C/our Serious Minds Are in TV. All right. All right. Had to light some Palo Santo, man. Clear the energy. All right. Get you a Palo Santo stick. Get you some nice incense. All right. Anyway. I don't have a lot of time to say everything that I want to kind of get out, to kind of get your feedback on some of these things that I've been seeing. I've been on the move. Shout out to the brothers and sisters at Everyone Eats. We were down there on Sunday, pardon me. And it was a beautiful thing. And we were growing food right up out of the ground, taking it, making salads and doing our thing right up out of the ground. Fruits and vegetables is something for everyone to kind of experience. Our parents did it, but it's an art that we've lost. We have to get some of this land back that we can call our own. All right. Everyone Eats. Thanks to the people from Everyone Eats. Really appreciate you guys. And all of the vendors that were down there. Shout out to Red Pill, Blue Pill, 19 Keys, and the whole crew that came through. Really appreciate y'all. Shout out to Shane Shakur, all right, for helping me make that happen. And of course, give thanks to Soleil. And I really appreciate everyone putting their energy and their efforts behind seeing that thing. It was a beautiful thing because there was some education going on. Definitely down there. It was a beautiful thing. Watching brothers and sisters, young brothers and sisters, half my age, young black people, pulling the vegetables up, cleaning them off, chopping them up, making mixed salads and eating them was a beautiful thing. All right. Shout out to Dr. Khalid El Akeem. Peace. What's good with you, bro? All right. All right. Shout out to Mr. Earl. I ain't heard from you in a minute. Talk to me, man. Let me know what's going on. All right. Brothers and sisters, there's a few things I want to cover today, but I want to say greetings to everyone, whatever greeting you go by. Hotep, shalom, peace, assalamu alaikum, what's good, what's popping, what it do, what it be, whatever greeting that you go by. All right, whatever school of thought that you from. All right, we want to meet you where you are, and we can come together and elevate one another's consciousness to another degree. All right, this channel, Serious Minds, this platform, Serious Minds, is about the business of raising the vibrational pitch of our people's thinking into the mind of the creator, regardless of what you would call the creator, him or her. All right, that part is up to you. All right. We want to activate certain brain cells. We want to activate certain things in you to get you moving and thinking in that positive direction. All right. And I do that on a daily and consistent basis, especially, January through March with the Black History 101 Mobile Museum. And then, even beyond that. All right. As y'all know what I do on this particular platform. All right. So just to let the people know, I'm going to send out some information about the Alternative Black Studies course tonight. And I'm going to send out information tonight about my book that's coming out. All right. So everyone that signed up today or purchased the book, look for that email. All right. Of course, if y'all look behind me, y'all can see the red, black, and green Public Enemy joint, the RBG joint. Yeah, I had to track your bootlegging dude down. I'm like, bro, come on, man. All right. You ran the Father's Day thing down on me, so you didn't show up. So now I got to catch you on a Monday. All right. You catch him in the barber's chair, and the barber accidentally let me hold the clip lippers, and I'm like, yo, bro, so what you going to do about them shirts, bro? You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, now you're a good dude. All right. So, yeah, I managed to get some shirts from him. I had to take them off the truck. So I have a few in. All right, for the people that hit me up, please hit me back up. I got y'all. All right. Text me 678-557-2919. I know y'all see the gold joint in back of me. Oh, do y'all? Y'all see the gold joint right there? The gold joint I wore in the video. Information. All right. And of course, hold on. Let me let y'all see the black on black. That's the black on black one right there. Yo, the black on black one is butter, for real. I know that's an old saying. Some of y'all young new schoolers out there be like, butter? Didn't we used to say that like in the 80s, 90s? That's butter. Anyway, all right. So, but be honest with you, I'm feeling the red, black, and green joint simply because the name of my book is Get the Green, Black, and Red In. Tonight's subject, we're going to be talking about symbols of racial stereotypes and symbols of hate. All right. We're going to talk about your man, Mr. Bubba. Y'all remember Bubba? Y'all don't know Butter from NASCAR. We're going to talk about Butter. We're going to talk about Bubba, not Butter, but Bubba, Bubba Wallace, and we're going to talk about the Confederate symbols of hate that are still up. Interesting conversation. Well, slightly interesting conversation that I was on the recipient end of it at the barbershop today. The fact that the Confederacy actually won the war. This is why the statues are up. So I guess, yeah. So I don't know what the North, how they slipped up and let it still go down like that. If the Union won, then why do they put up all the statues and control the education and all this other stuff? So yeah, y'all talk to me about that. All right. All right. Oh, okay. I got you. All right. Let me put this up right here. All right. Anyone out there that want to support independent media, y'all know what to do. All right. You definitely would have to support independent media with your energy. Of course, come on the platforms. Give us some of your energy, some of your resources, of course. And of course, you can donate by going to www.professorgriff.me. Hit the donate button. Or if you right here on YouTube, you can definitely start out by hitting the like button, subscribe, share, all right, and tell 3 other people. Each one teach 3. And of course, all right, you can hit the super chat button, donate whatever you like. Of course, it's going to a worthy cause. I really appreciate all the brothers and sisters that have sent me donations via Cash App. Well, after the program is done, I really appreciate that. People are actually getting the word. All right. Okay. Let me see. Sylvester Brown, Eritrea Roots Tour. All right. Ashada Williams, Sylvester Brown. I said, shout out to Blue Pill. Thanks for coming through and supporting. Shout out to Red Pill for coming through to support. And definitely shout out to my good brother, Mr. 19 Keys and the fam, for coming through and showing your support. All right. I wanted to do the sale that I had going on Father's Day. I wanted to do online and offline, but I didn't get a chance to go online and let you guys know what I had for sale. All right, the new book is coming soon. Get the green, black, and red in. All right, you can send a $24 payment to paypal.me/Professor Griff Corp. I got y'all. All right, and of course, y'all already know my album, The Energy Code. Please, if you run me at Whole Food or Seven Nandas or wherever you see me at, stop asking, man, did I give up hip hop? I mean, what are you talking about? I just put the album out like last month. Can y'all pass the word? Professor Griff's album is out. Go check it out. It's on Bandcamp for you to purchase. It's on YouTube for you to listen. It's there. It's on all of the streaming platforms. Make it happen. All right. The next 3 videos that I'm going to shoot, family, if you're in Atlanta and you want to be in the video, hit me up and let me know. I am definitely doing Baptized. All right. I already have, what's the name, slated. Some dancers and some other people that's slated to be in Stand Up Higher Than I. These are songs off my album. All right. So I'm going to do Fucked, me and Ohini Savant. If you don't know who that brother is, look him up, Ohini Savant. I'm definitely going to do that later on after the summer. And I have to do Etheric Rebel. That's one of the 2 songs that I have on my albums that I've done with Soleil. All right. And yes, I'm going to make it happen. So the Mic Check 1212 artist review is every Wednesday, starting the first Wednesday in July. What date is that, Quan? The first Wednesday in July. So I can stop saying the first Wednesday in July. All right. If you want to submit your music for review, send it to griffsmiccheck@gmail.com. Or give me a call at 678-557-2919. Or simply go to www.miccheck1212.com. Miccheck1212.com. All right. Last but not least, I want to thank everyone in the chat room. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and definitely share this, fam. Tonight's subject, we're going to be talking about symbols of racial stereotypes. For everyone that logged on tonight for the meeting for the Alternative Black Studies course, we had a simple power outage. I had no power. I'm surprised I'm on now. All right. We will definitely have the meeting tomorrow. If you guys come on and hear what the Alternative Black Studies course is about, I'm going to lay it out. And July 8th, we're going to knock it down. All right. Nataki, what's good with you? Redirect it. I got you. All right. Mr. Carl Swally Lee, what's up, bro? Shabaka the Rebel, what's good with you? MJ, what's happening? Quan S, continue to do your thing. I really appreciate you. I see you, Quan. Quan, I don't have a small, so you got to wait till I hit up the bootlegger again, but I got you, sis. You know that. All right. All right, I got to send you your book from Dr. Suzar. Shout out to Dr. Suzar. Shout out to Johnny Taylor, the great filibuster, and everyone that's in the Serious Minds family that support the Serious Minds. All right, let's dive into this subject. The first thing I want to talk about is this whole idea of the lost cause. The Confederate statues are being torn down across America. Do you agree or do you disagree? Should the statues come down? Should they stay up? What should America do with their symbols of racial hatred? All right. Why are Confederate statues being removed now? And then being removed from I didn't realize it was that damn many. All right. Why are the statues being removed? What does it mean to tear down a statue any your way? All right. And who are these people that are fighting to keep the Confederate statue standing? Who are these people? Are these your friends, or these are the same people that say I'm not racist but want a statue of Robert E. Lee to still stand? Cecil Rhodes, or some of these other statues I see coming down, Thomas Jefferson, and some of these other statues. What do you think should happen? Someone says, yes, take them down. It's a spell on our ley lines. All right. Max aside, you got to get a little bit deeper and let people know what are ley lines. They may not understand that. All right. So, yeah, they have to. Does it matter if it stays up? Because the energy of racism, white supremacy isn't going to change. Well, Mr. Cha-Ching 90, you must be young. It has already changed. You haven't been on the planet long enough to see the change. I've been here. 60 rotations around the sun and back, and I've been here and I've seen it change. All right. Okay. So you really must be young, bro, making a statement like that. All right. Two more statues need to come down. The Statue of Liberty is next. And then the faces on the walls of Stone Mountain, Georgia need to come down. Graffiti needs to be put up or something. Something needs to be sprayed, sandblasted, whatever. Dr. Khalid El Hakim says the next and most important symbol needs to be the white Jesus in every church. It needs to come down. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to co-sign on that statement. The next and most important white Jesus in every church. Come down. It needs to come down. All right? All right. Thank you, Dr. Khalid El Hakim. Michael J. Faulkner says, it's a step in the right direction, but of course, much more needs to be done. And that's absolutely correct. We are tired of driving by and looking at and seeing statues of people that enslaved our people, murdered and killed, raped our people. All right? Okay. And a lot of them did this in the name of religion, did this in the name of Christianity. All right. So the Confederate daughters started those statues in the 1920s, and they took down those whites only signs that they should have took those down a long time. We got you, Jesse. I didn't understand that, but yeah. He who controls the propaganda controls the narrative. You're right. So the ley lines are the grid around the planet Earth. Brother King. So I don't understand who's Brother King. You're not talking to me. I asked you to explain it to the people. I know what a ley line is. All right, so I guess you're saying it has our ancestors' energy is being blocked by their statues. So break the spell over us. Okay, I got you, good bro. All right. So the statues should come down. So if the statues come down, all right. Well, Bryce Clemens, if the Statue of Liberty was a black woman, then how come the black woman is not still standing? Talk to me, Bryce Clemens. Statue of Liberty needs to go, someone says. Statue of Liberty needs to go. The white Jesus in every church needs to go. All right. So do you blame the black and white people that we see out there? Along with them, they leaving the protest, and then later on that night, they're going to tear down the statues because it's a symbol. What is a symbol? What does the symbol represent? All right. So we need to understand what happened to the symbols of the black people that were already here that built America. All right. Along with the ones that they brought over. All right. Along with the Native American. Where are those symbols and statues? You see, they tore those down and buried those. And they erected these symbols, all right, of hate, of the Confederate. Do we understand what the Civil War was about and who were the Confederate? What is that Confederate mindset? So we have to understand if we're going to have this particular conversation. All right. So you're right. The names of the plantations must go also. All right. All throughout Georgia, there's plantation this and plantation drive and plantation boulevard and yeah. So there's I wrote the book Symbology. I'm sure y'all know that already. I don't need to have it holding it up to show you guys. But and inside of that book, I talked about the symbols on the dollar bill. In my lectures, I talked about symbology. How it surrounds us and it's all around us. All right. Negative history and images of the past have to go. All right. So the Confederate wanted the right, as Michael J. Faulkner said, wanted the right to keep slaves. And just like today with Bubba Wallace with the Nascar, basically, Bubba, this is the headlines with Bubba. Noose found in Bubba Wallace's garage. Now, if you don't know who Bubba Wallace is, do a Google search. NASCAR said it was investigating after the noose was found at the Talladega Speedway in Alabama. The Justice Department and the FBI were also reviewing the matter. Bubba Wallace is standing here with an I Can't Breathe t-shirt on. He drives the car number 43, and across the back of the car on the right, on the driver's side, he has Black Lives Matter. Bubba Wallace before the NASCAR Cup Series race in Martinsville, Virginia this month. All right. It says days after the only black driver in NASCAR Top Racing Series, a Black Lives Matter message and celebrated the organization's banning the Confederate battle flag. A noose was found on Sunday in the garage stall at Talladega Speedway in Alabama, officials said. Is the Confederate flag the same Confederate flag that Kanye West adorned himself in? All right. Is it a racist symbol? Is the Confederate flag a racist symbol? Talk to me. All right. Muhammad, give thanks. Assalamu alaikum, good bro. All right. You're right. Because the only one that had access to that stall is probably his crew. His crew need to be checked. All right. Disney Days TV said, Griff, what about the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial? So someone said we need 8 to 10 states so we can call our own. Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, and North Carolina are the worst states for black people to live because of their laws. And New York is not? I'll kill you. Killing me, bro. I got the hell out of New York. Yeah, nah. So what is Bubba to do? The only black NASCAR driver. All right. The only NASCAR driver ended up with a noose in his stall. What do you guys think about that? So you think there's no such thing as racism? Some of these Negroes and imps and shucking and jiving coons coming on here talking about there's no such thing as racism, or I haven't experienced racism. Wow. Everybody else has except you, because you probably got a white girlfriend. Stop that. So the same Confederate flag that your man Kanye West was wearing and a few other people. All right? I can't call him Kanye West. That's you, but I can't do that, though. So, but yet you adorn yourself with a flag that symbolizes the death of black people and you put it on anyway? No, we're not going to do that. No. So is the American flag just as evil as the Confederate flag? Talk to me. Is the American flag just as evil and wicked? He said, damn, Karen strikes again. Karen put the noose up in the line. Beautiful black skin said, Karen put the noose up. Wow. Oh, man. Where are we headed in America, y'all? White people are sitting back right now saying, look, your Negroes aren't going too far. You mean to tell me I can't eat apple pie and trade baseball cards? And yeah. So Muhammad said, hate and racism. You can't have one without the other. How true is that? And what do you think Bubba should do at this point? All right. Hold on. NASCAR says it will ban Confederate flags. Why? Why should NASCAR ban Confederate flags. The announcement came 2 days after Darrell Wallace Jr., the first black driver in 50 years to win one of NASCAR's top 3 national touring series, called Nascar, to ban the flags outright. Okay. NASCAR said on Wednesday that it would, let me let y'all stop seeing the side of my head. NASCAR said on Wednesday that it would ban the Confederate battle flag from its events and properties, becoming the latest organization to reconsider the emblem's place amid a national reckoning over racism and white supremacy after the death of George Floyd. So don't tell me that the protest didn't do anything. All right, if nothing else is changing aspects of the landscape of America and how America looks, what we have to see every day. All right, we have the ability to seriously enact change, but we must come together as a people. Mr. Michael J. Faulkner. All right. Kathy Gardner said battle flag murdered Americans, and the American flag didn't. I'm confused. Help me out. Help me out. So Rock Smith said Little John and a bunch of Southern rappers got videos with the Confederate flag in it. Wow. Capitalism and racism go hand in hand. Capitalism has to have people. I don't understand that, Cha-ching. All right. It's probably not you. It's probably my thick black African tongue. All right. All right. So this whole idea of symbols of hate and symbols of oppression. I have another article that I wanted to something else I wanted to go over with everyone. What's this situation with Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben being shut down? Talk to me, y'all. I'm just curious. All right. Hold on a second. Check it out.
Yes, it's the end of what is one of the longest running trademarks and logos in American advertising. Within hours of announcing it will be renamed and rebranded, at least 3 more major food brands following Aunt Jemima's lead. Mrs. Butterworth's Cream of Wheat and Uncle Ben's Rice. Uncle Ben's parent company now says now is the right time to evolve the Uncle Ben's brands, saying they are evaluating all possibilities. On Wednesday, B&G Foods Inc., parent company of Cream of Wheat, announced it too is reviewing its packaging, which features a smiling black man in a white chef's uniform. We understand there are concerns regarding the chef image, the company said in its statement, and we are committed to evaluating our packaging and will proactively take steps to ensure that we and our brands do not inadvertently contribute to systemic racism. And Mrs. Butterworth's critics say that they feature offensive phrases and imagery.
It's because I'm so thick and rich.
Thick and rich!
Conagra, which owns Mrs. Butterworth, says we stand in solidarity with our Black and brown communities. They're now reviewing their brand.
It's all about making sure that you have representation at the table for people that really can actually make a decision. I mean, that decision isn't just about changing an ad.
Calls for change came after this TikTok video viewed more than 1 million times, spotlighting Aunt Jemima's origins. Quaker Oats, which is owned by PepsiCo, in a statement says, we recognize Aunt Jemima's origins are based on a racial stereotype.
Baby, you hungry? Let me fix you some breakfast.
Aunt Jemima!
Did you know the name Aunt Jemima means slave mammy of the plantation South? Did you know the founder, Chris Rutt, a white man, got the name after attending a minstrel show? Think blackface.
Aunt Jemima has undergone makeovers. In 1989, her headscarf was replaced with an updated hairstyle and pearls. But some believe until now, the brand had not done enough.
Aunt Jemima was almost an exact replica of the Mammy character in Gone with the Wind. Who was a servant, right? And so it really brings back and conjures images of servitude.
Earlier this year, Land O'Lakes made its own transformation, removing the image of a Native American woman from some of its dairy products. And Quaker Oats says a new chapter for the brand with a new name and a new image will happen by fall of this year.
All right. Now with that, did everyone hear that? I'm sure you guys did. All right. All right. So now, with that said, and some of the comments that I see you guys are making, if it's been on there so long, how is white people so racist that they would take a black face to put on their brand and then keep it there for, how about like a long time? But how about, help me out, y'all. So is this, they're using the symbols to make fun of us? They're using the symbols to sell product? What are they using the black faces for? The Swoofers, thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Okay. All right. Changing the image doesn't change the mindset of the people that created them. It's a win in some aspects for what represents, it represents. But how about more inclusion of minorities, which we're not going to use that word, Michael, on your board and upper management? All right. We're not minorities. We're not minor. That tends to denote that they are major. All right. Okay. But I got your point. I got your point. All right. So this idea now of these symbols being on white products. Now, Soleil had gave me a list that I wanted to read, and I do not know what the list is. It's all of the products that everyone else think are black that are owned by white companies. All right. I would encourage everyone and everyone in the Serious Minds family. Can y'all do me a favor? Can y'all put on the in the comments Tom Burrell's book Brainwash? Tom Burrell's book Brainwash. Can y'all do that for me right quick before I move on? Because people are asking me, where do we start in order to understand that dynamic? You can start with Professor Griff's book, but start with Tom's book. It's called Brainwashed. Hold up. Phone moving slow. Brainwash, challenging the myth of black inferiority. All right. Tom Burrell of the Tom Burrell Agency, advertising agency. All right. We can start there. Tom Burrell. Burrell. Beautiful black skin. It's Burrell. Brainwashed by Tom Burrell. Thank y'all very much. We can start there. So in case your white friends ask you, well, hey guys, look, I don't know. I don't know where to start. It's just so much. It's too much coming at me at one time. It's just overwhelming. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. They're helping you out, Quan. They got you. It's not overwhelming. It's not too much. We're giving you that's why we call this show Serious Minds. All right, we're gonna help you out. This is where you can start. Tom Burrell's book, Brainwash, challenging the myth of inferiority. All right, of black inferiority by Tom Burrell. And on Amazon, I think they got it for $11. Y'all can afford that. All right. Okay. Or get Professor Griff's book, Symbology. All right. Those are your reference points. And then Dr. Suzar has some books out, Black Out Through Whitewash. Black Out Through Whitewash. Can someone put that on the screen for me? Dr. Suzar, Black Out Through Whitewash. All right. Okay. I got you, Mike. Don't worry about it. But that's like saying colored people. But I got you though. All right. Aunt Jemima syrup pancakes and other products are getting new names, new logos, simply because of criticism about its branding perpetuates a racist stereotype. You in the kitchen. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing said every area of people activity that we involve ourselves in, we got to come face to face with racism, even in the kitchen. All right? Even in the kitchen. I don't care if it's flour, sugar, all of these things are white. Well, you say, Professor Griff, they're just white. No, that's a lie. They're not white. Flour and sugar are not white. You have to make them white. Am I right? Help me out if I'm saying something wrong. I'm here. Help me out. Layla Smith, thank you very much. Symbology, the Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop, Book 2. All right, Dr. Suzar's book, Black Out Through Whitewash. And Tom Burrell's book, Brainwash. All right. Now, it is 9:37. All right. I need y'all to help me out with this one. And I'm changing the subject, but I'm not changing the subject. All right. Did y'all see these black people dancing at the Donald Trump rally? I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. So okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Kathy. The truth about the Confederacy in the United States, the full version. We don't have time to play the full version, but you hear what they got to say. Hold on.
It is an incredible privilege to be here this evening to have a chat with you. Thank you so much for being here. I have been a criminal defense lawyer almost my entire career. And the best movie ever made about a criminal defense lawyer is Anatomy of a Murder. Jimmy Stewart has a great line in that movie that I learned and has been with me as I've been a criminal defense lawyer.
Spread all over the country, but mostly in former Confederate states. And there's a reason that they grew so quickly during that time.
So we're talking about roughly 3 decades after the end of the war, and the Confederate veterans themselves are beginning to die off. So there is this push to find ways to commemorate it, because the big
defense of the Southern way of life, 54, that... Listen to how this textbook describes slavery.
The master often had...
Listen to how this textbook describes slavery.
The master often had a barbecue or a picnic for his slaves. Then they had a great frolic. Even while working in the cotton fields, they sang songs. The beat of the music and the richness of their voices made work seem light.
Yikes, that's from History of Georgia, a textbook published in 1954 that was taught across junior high schools in Georgia for decades. That sort of language is part of an intellectual movement called the Lost Cause, a distorted version of American Civil War history that's been prevalent in the South for a long time. It took shape soon after the defeat of the Confederate States in the war, when Southern historians like Edward Pollard and former Confederate General Jubal Early started preserving the South's perspective through their writings. They framed the Confederate cause as a heroic defense of the Southern way of life against the overwhelming forces in the North. That narrative has a few basic tenets: the glorification of Confederate soldiers who died for a cause they believed in, the belief that slavery was a benevolent institution, and maybe most importantly, that slavery was not the root cause of the war. The Lost Cause is one of the most notoriously effective efforts to rewrite history, and it was done by the losing side. So how did it become so deeply rooted in Southern memory? Blame the United Daughters of the Confederacy. The UDC was founded in Nashville in 1894 to preserve Confederate culture for generations to come. The women who made up the group descended from elite antebellum families, and they used their social and political clout to spread the pro-Southern version of the war as real history. You've probably seen their efforts to honor the Confederacy, but maybe you didn't know it was the UDC. They're the ones who covered the Southern landscape with memorials for Confederate leaders and soldiers. They used their fundraising and lobbying skills to pressure local governments into erecting monuments in prominent public spaces like courthouses and state capitals.
Installed here next to the state capitol by the United Daughters of the Confederacy.
The United Daughters of the Confederacy donated this memorial to the city back in the 30s.
They put them along roadsides and in parks. Any place that was remotely relevant to the Confederacy was memorialized. By the early 20th century, the UDC had 100,000 members and chapters spread all over the country, but mostly in former Confederate states. And there's a reason they grew so quickly during that time.
So we're talking about roughly 3 decades after the end of the war, and the Confederate veterans themselves are beginning to die off. So there is this push to find ways to commemorate it, because the big challenge by 1900 was there's a new generation of white Southerners being born, and they never experienced the war years.
That push is visible. Most of the Confederate monuments were erected during the UDC's height of influence.
There's a rhetoric around monuments that we want to get this thing built before all of that generation has died off. And the reason we want it is to teach future generations about those men.
Dr. Karen Cox wrote the book on the UDC, and I asked her if it was fair to say the group established the lost cause as historical fact in the South.
Oh my God, yeah. They were the leaders of the lost cause into the 20th century, and they made it a movement about vindication.
Just to give you an idea of how effective they were, they successfully lobbied for a Confederate memorial in Arlington National Cemetery, which U.S. President Woodrow Wilson proudly unveiled to a cheering crowd. Now that's influence, right?
Monuments are the least of what they did.
What?
I mean, they are the most visible and tangible, but the work with children was far more influential.
It turns out a central UDC objective is shaping how children think about the war and their Southern heritage. One of their most powerful tools? Textbooks. Take a look at this pamphlet called A Measuring Rod for Textbooks. It was written by the illustrious Southern historian Miss Mildred Rutherford, an educator, orator, and author of Southern history textbooks. She's also very pro-slavery. The pamphlet announced the formation of a textbook review committee featuring prominent Southerners like 5 former Confederate generals. This group was committed to spreading the truths of Confederate history, so they instructed school boards to reject any textbooks that did not accord full justice to the South. And they urged libraries to deface every book in their collection that didn't measure up by writing the words "unjust to the South" clearly on its cover. This pamphlet was shared widely with school boards throughout the South, and UDC-backed committees closely monitored history books to make sure Northern influence never reached classrooms. So the core language.
Okay, so they blocked the education, and they did it through educating a generation of young white children. Now you see why. Well, let me say this before I make that statement. The vast majority of white people in America, all right, vast majority, was basically and primarily illiterate. A lot of them couldn't read nor write. All right, so to build these statues, all right, as not only a symbol, but to teach future generations, it said. And we have to understand the dynamic and how this thing works, because we may look at the statue, and some of us in our haste and in our ignorance may look at it's only a statue. Why tear it down? All right. The South have imposed themselves in what they felt and what they thought as far as racism, white supremacy, and they're the ones that control the narrative. All right. They're the ones that's controlling the narrative. Now you're right, Muhammad. Symbols and signs, like the ice cream truck tunes. You're right. All of these things, because it works on your subconscious mind. We have to understand this dynamic, and just don't overlook it and say it's only a statue. No. Signs and symbols. Symbols. A picture's worth 1,000 words. So if a picture's worth 1,000 words, then signs and symbols are worth 1,000 pictures. All right. If I just showed you this symbol, right? The one on my back, right? you could take this particular symbol and you could say, okay, I know the history of that because that's Public Enemy. Then you can go back and start doing the research from that reference point. And then whoever controlled the narrative, for example, I'm living proof of it. Right now, if you go on Wikipedia, I call it Wikipedia, because I don't know who the fuck uses Wikipedia, but if you go on Wikipedia and you read information about Professor Griff, it is absolutely incorrect. It's incorrect. But since they control Wikipedia and they can put what they want to up, yeah, it is incorrect. I'm living this right now, Wikipedia. Egyptian Jew 1177. You're absolutely correct that the evil Kabul is controlling all of it, and we're just kind of, and they moving their puppets on a string around. All right, but we're gonna chisel away at them and move away layers until we can get to them. All right. So this symbology, these symbols are etched into the hearts and minds of not only young whites, all right, who were primary illiterate at that particular time, and some of them still are. When confronted with racism, white supremacy, in conversations like this, they don't know what to say because they don't know their history. The truth of it, they don't know. But you got brave white people that's putting up this information on YouTube and other places, TED Talks and whatever. And these whites are finally starting to get it. And it's not hard. All you have to do is study a little. Seriously. So Bubba Wallace, hold on. I guess that's what your fight is. If all those brothers and sisters, along with the people that are protesting, are tearing down statues, we send our positive energy out to the brother that got hit upside the head by the statue. I don't know his name because somebody tell me his name. The statue fell on his dome. Those of y'all that are still using Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's and cream of wheat and Land O'Lake with the Native American sister on there, real man, see, give thanks. Really appreciate you. Yeah, I did go deep in my book, Symbology. All right. Yeah, we're going to get around to taking down the white Jesus statues in all of the churches. We're going to get around to that because the truth must be told. But I think with this conversation, we got to be real with one another. If we're going to start with the symbolism and the statues and that kind of thing on the external, what about the internal? Some of us are still wearing the name of the slave master. That is your actual name that you're wearing. Johnson, Jones, Jefferson, Smith, O'Reilly, O'Toole, Rutherford, Roundtree, Underbrook, Under the Path, Top of the Tree. Look at these funny ass names we got, man. These are not our names. These are the slave master's children's names. Am I right or wrong? So while we're talking about the external, let's talk about the internal. Yeah, Griffin was my last name until I changed my name 20 some odd years ago. Griffin was my last name. When you look up Griffin, Griffin is a mythical beast made up of a lion, an eagle, and some other animals. But the origin of Griffin is Irish. I'm not Irish. Right or wrong? I'm not Irish. So I had to give him back his name. I'm not Irish, man. You don't own me anymore. I'm not property. So here's your name back. All right? Nantambu, okay. What is your last name? Faulkner is German. Griffin is Irish. Give him back his name. Yeah, a lot of us were enslaved in Ireland and Scotland. Well, how about the Irish and the Scots were here that enslaved us and changed our names? Some people say, well, the Irish suffered slavery also, but you still kept your name. O'Houlihan, O'Reilly, O'Toole. Those are not our names, those are your names. You're right, we were branded like cattle. You gave back Dugan. I don't blame you. Peace, Alex. What's good with you? So yeah, I don't blame you. Heinz is Dutch. Griffin is Irish. Faulkner is German. Come on. What's Newton? Johnson, Wilson, Green. Come on. That's where we need to start, man. I mean, we can start on the external. We already did. But let's begin to work on the mindset. And then once we start working on the internal and giving them back their names, let's give them back their God. That white Jesus is not ours, man. Let's give them back their gods. We want gods that look like us. Weatherspoon. What kind of name is Weatherspoon? Nah, your last name is not Police. You need to get that name up like tomorrow. Go downtown to the probate court and be like, look, can I get a name change application? Just give it back to them. Come on, man. I know a brother named, his name is Khaled Green. His last name is Green, but his name is Khaled Green. I'm like, damn, bro, your name is Khaled Green for real? He's like, yeah, bro. I'm like, Assalamu alaikum, Khaled Green. All right. Come on, man. And then the hip hop artists come up with having knowledge of self, coming from the 5% nation of gods and earths. We still go into hip hop and we still take on the name of the slave master. Remember in hip hop in the 90s, everybody wanted to be gangsters. Everybody had Italian gangster mob names. Jackson is Irish, I believe. Okay. Come on, man. Morrow is my last name. That sounds too much like sorrow. Now we need to go to the origin of these names and get these names back, man. Who owns you and your family? No, it's not Colin Green. It's Khalid. 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 Come on, man. Give him back his name. Now, when I come back on tomorrow, we're going to talk about these Negroes that was dancing at the Trump rally. Did you see them? Beautiful black skin, you killing me, sis. Parsons. What kind of name is Parsons? Garner. Hines. Clemens. Morrow. Smith. Yeah, no. No. Someone said on Twitter that those black supporters for Donald Trump are like roaches for raid. My last name is Talley. Wow. I want to be able to dig into the mindset though of these Trump supporters. Wow. All right, family. The Alternative Black Studies course deals with all of these particular subjects, all right? If you want to sign up for the Black Alternative Studies course, go to my website, professorgriff.me, click on the Alternative Black Studies course, at least check it out. All right. There's a link if you want to join, or if you're kind of skeptical and you need more information, hit me up. I'll be on at 7 o'clock tomorrow night talking about the whole thing. All right. The Alternative Black Studies course. The Energy Code album is out. Go check it out. Just Google Professor Griff Energy Code. The Energy Code. All right. If you're feeling to get the green, black, and red in t-shirt, I can get it to you. Just text me. 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. It's only a limited edition. I had to hit the bootlegger up while he was getting his hair cut. All right, 678-557-2919. Send me a text after the show. All right? Let's stop the Trump nonsense. He was the first to get right. All right. I love y'all to life, family. Make sure y'all cop the black on black joint or the gold joint or get the green, black, and red in. All right? All right. It's Professor Griff. I love y'all to life, man. Revolution is not an event. It's a process, man. Serious minds. For serious minds, seriously. Yep, that's my phone number, 678-557-2919. Don't text me right now. You got to wait after the show. All right. Egyptian Jewel, you got to send me that information. He signed us over to FEMA in March, right? You got to send me that information. I'm not hip to that. I'm hip to some other things, but yeah. I love you all to life, man. Not to death. I hear people say, I love you to death. No, I love you to life. All right, let's push that. It's positive. All right, salute, family. Shout out to all the Serious Minds family. Thank y'all very much for coming on. Really appreciate that. If you want to support independent black media, send a donation to $ Professor Griff, which is my cash app, $ Professor Griff. And I want to thank everyone for donating, whether it's on PayPal, whether you bought a shirt, whether you got the book, or whatever. And once again, thank everybody for, for the love that y'all showed and information that y'all sent me for winning the, not winning, damn, for them awarding me with the Lifetime Achievement Awards, the Grammy for the Lifetime Achievement Awards. Thank y'all very much. I'm still getting congratulations and this kind of thing. Egyptian Jewel, that's right. $ Professor, thank you, sis. I got you. All right, but thank you all very much. It's a beautiful thing. People are still hitting me up because people are just now seeing the clip. All right, but thank you all very much. I'm moving now, so I got to keep this up here until we get settled into place, and I'm gonna find a place for it. All right. All right. I give thanks. All right. Love you all to life. Peace, man. Serious minds for serious minds. Seriously, be careful out there. Stay safe. All right. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the Donald Trump supporters. All right. And we're just going to break bread. Serious minds for serious minds. Each one teaching 3. All right. Listen, I got that Boys to Men Rites of Passage program, a Warriors Tapestry on deck, y'all. All right. I'm going to lay it out at the end of this week. And how you can sign up your son, daughter, son, nephew, cousin. All right, we're gonna link them back with their dads, back with their uncles, and we're gonna take them through this Rites of Passage program. It's very well. We're gonna talk about that on Friday. All right. Once again, I gotta get out of here. Thanks to everyone that's left the donation, and thanks to everyone that left a comment. Really appreciate you guys. Michael J. Faulkner, stay up good, bro. Nice seeing you again. All right, love, family. Peace. Professor Griff, I got to go. Peace.
You are now listening to Serious Minds RNTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. Serious Minds for serious minds. Seriously. Hit the like button, share, subscribe so we can notify you when the next time we vibe on Serious Minds. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now this just in, we have a recording. We want to play them.
Taking an unusual approach. Also in the news tonight.
Here now, the news.
All right, well, I'm here. And what's your name?
Excuse me, Miss Professor Griff, the ex-minister. Did you know that these big six are sinister?
Live on the scene.
This just in.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now this just in, we have a recording. We want to play them.
Taking an unusual approach. Also in the news tonight.
Here now, the news.
All right, well, I'm here. And what's your name?
Excuse me, Miss Professor Griff, the ex-minister. Did you know that these big six are sinister?
Live on the scene.
This just in. The implantable biomicrochip under the skin.
Sir, can you please tell us what
Okay,
happened?
just 1 sec. Social satanic sect on deck. Check the handshake. Oath takers debate.
Some people might say that's hard.
Who gives a fuck? The death penalty, street fights were fucked. Pardon me, peep the scene, it's clear to see. Chemtrails, nanobots, particles, part of me.
What the fuck is that nation?
Okay, so what? Do we know what happened? Do you know who? Do you know why they would have done?
Think they learned their lesson?
Absolutely. So you did show me on your chest where you were shot. Are we able to see that right now, or?
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay.
Nation.
No, we'll do it live. Fuck it.
Program is proper, the propaganda. The fake news is stated, so they manage. Go kids, it's so kids. Control biz, the pop quiz, you know this. Pizza, they treat you. Extra cheese, they freeze kids.
Details on that case when we come back.
Deadly deceitful treatment of the people. Hardwire the sheeple. Censorship, the sequel.
Coming after several high-profile incidents in
Gender the benders, Bitcoin money lenders, world banks and tanks, think tanks and stakes.
Can't believe all that just happened. We have good information here. You may want to come back to me. Thank you. What?
There you go.
Really?
There you go. Fucking thing sucks. Sometimes the alarm changes as ambulances rush to the area.
The fucking thing.
Dude. And earlier today, with this headline,
Who you're fooling? It's an illusion. Control the mind and active thought in the schooling.
I had to get up the stairs, so he had so much rhythm. When he was walking them stairs, that doom, doom, doom. Bitch, I started to almost beatbox up in the closet.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, boom, boom.
I advocate with theirs and me. Blue thin line your minds and deadly deeds. Native tribal healing we really need. These virtual digital streets will be free.
said, no, what? R.I.P.
Cursing at him, warning him that he will be shot. He doesn't comply, and we'll show you a bit of that footage now. It is quite graphic, and we will follow it up.
The FBI now on the scene. This is another one. Posting anti-vaccine propaganda on social media could become criminal offense. This is the type of stuff that they're trying to create. This is the type of propaganda that they're pushing.
We'll be back after the break.
Walk me through again what happened this afternoon. You heard screaming.
Heard screaming.
The building is on fire. If there's something of this importance that's come out and nobody's talking about it, the media's not talking about it, then you have to ask yourself what's going on. Why is the media not talking about this?
This is the fucking news.
Why are they not covering something so critical?
We don't have the clothes yet. I haven't written the clothes yet, Mother.
She is a heroine to some.